There's an easy way to tell that the level of competition in the custom Junkyard Joust has been fierce. Just look at some of the damage and the recoveries that the 3 teams in the Wildcard have done. And now we're gonna watch all 3 teams compete to see who gets in the finals. Hi everybody, I'm Aaron Yonda. Welcome to the Junkyard Joust. 9 teams made it into the finals and 1 more will get to go. This is gonna be a match like nothing we've seen before. Let's take a look at the teams. First up, it's Saturday morning. This is a team of survivors. Next up is Rolling Gold. They've got some good survivors and they've got some heft. And here is the Splatter family, featuring 1 vehicle that's gotten a triple takedown. I want to see these cars joust. Let's head out to the junkyard and get it started. Round 1 starting off with Dinobot Slag, sponsored by Chicken Rings Onion Wings. Dinobot slots in down at the end of the track. And next up is going to be Gearhead Glenn, sponsored by Star Corps Industries. Gearhead Glenn flies off the back of Dinobot Slag, and wow, an unusual landing right there. Gets stuck next to the side of the track, and that is going to be a rough start for Splatter family. Just a rough landing for Glenn. Cheddarbox, sponsored by Jason's Bits Boys. Cheddarbox tries to take out Dinobot Slag. Gearhead Glenn tries to make a recovery, but the track is blocking him. Dinobot is okay for the moment, but this could be a tough spot to get out of. Dungeons and Dragon Blaster, sponsored by the Miskatonic Automotive Club. Dungeons and Dragon Blaster takes a shot at Cheddarbox, but it makes a fantastic escape going down the side of the crates to freedom. Dinobot Slag starts to plop down and pushes Gearhead Glenn out of the way. Boxy Roxy, sponsored by Jason's Bits Boys. Boxy Roxy slams into Dungeons and Dragon Blaster and takes it out. Although it's not off the track yet, so there's still a chance for a recovery here. Dinobot Slag is safe. Tax Dodge, sponsored by Star Corps Industries. Tax Dodge gets a solid hit on Boxy Roxy and slots in. Dungeons and Dragon Blaster flips around on its nose and apparently has made a recovery. That looks pretty likely so far. Spike, sponsored by Sauce Automotive Sachet and Buffet. 60-gram vehicle knocks Tax Dodge for a loop. Tax Dodge handles that loop and lands it. Great recovery. Next up for Splatter family, Brettnator, sponsored by DYW Production Labs. Brettnator plows into Spike. Spike manages to handle the impact, and we got 3 cars spaced out. High Life, sponsored by Pick Your Sticker, 108 grams. A big impact from High Life, but it gets a weird bounce and drives over Brettnator. Actually takes Brettnator out on the way. We were expecting more of a walloping hit there, but that was more of a driving over the other cars to escape. Good for Rolling Gold, not so good for Splatter family. TMN Turtle Shell, sponsored by Hey Hey's Hatchback Hanger. Turtle Shell with a bruising hit. This is usually a car that just survives, but that was a nice takedown. Splatter family may have just lost Boxy Roxy. Spike survives that hit. Dragon Blaster does not. Indirect takedown on Dragon Blaster. Zoom and Zack, sponsored by Hendrika's Heavy Hauling. Only 1 car for Zoom and Zack to take a shot at, and it was TMN Turtle Shell, but it handles it. Hits a height of 7 on its way over to the tires with a magnificent recovery. Zoom and Zack not able to get the takedown. And it's kind of unbelievable. Right now, Splatter family has 3 eliminations. We have not seen this happen to this team. Lucky Duck, sponsored by Judy Collins. Lucky Duck flies off of Zoom and Zack and does a catapult, bounces off of Brettnator, hits a height of 6 as it catapults all over the place, and lands it after another flip down by the crates. Now that is a recovery. Rolling Gold, love that vehicle. Darkwing Duck and Roll, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. All glued back together. Darkwing Duck and Roll. Oh no, it can't make the recovery. Bounces weird off of the bus. And look at what happens. Brettnator gets tossed over and makes a recovery. Splatter family breathes a sigh of relief. Saturday morning, more of a sharp intake of breath on that landing. 2 cars left in the round. It's short with 3 teams. Boom Boom Bonnie, sponsored by Sauce Automotive. Boom Boom Bonnie, wow, what happened there? Bounces off the crates, and what normally would have been an easy recovery, Boom Boom Bonnie just kind of tips over sideways. Hits a 6 on the way, and that is very, very unlike that vehicle. Unexpected there. That is going to be a takedown on their own team for Splatter Family. Final car of the round, Shelling It for Rolling Gold, sponsored by Chicken Rings. Shelling It takes that jump. Wow, that is not what you want for a landing. Man, that is tough. Just balances perfectly, hits a 6, and then lands upside down, and just lands in a way where there is no recovery. That's going to be a loss for Rolling Gold. I honestly did not expect this many losses so quickly. 6 cars were eliminated in that round. The very first round of this 3-team competition. There are your eliminations. Splatter Family taking the bulk of it. They are going to fall down to just 2. Saturday Morning loses 2. They are down to 3, and Rolling Gold is looking good right now with only 1 loss. Round 2, here we go. We'll start off with Rolling Gold after their great round 1. Chatterbox is going to start it off, slotting into place down at the end of the track. Spike noses into Chatterbox, attempts the takedown, but does not get it and takes himself out in the process. Flipping over sideways, still on the track though, so certainly a chance of recovery here. And there it is, Gearhead Glenn doing Spike a favor, tossing Spike overboard, and Spike makes the recovery. We still have 9 cars left in the match. A massive blustering hit from High Life, and Gearhead Glenn is decisively eliminated. Some damage on that hit too, I don't know to which car. There were chunks flying around, and yep, Gearhead Glenn is out. Splatter Family is in trouble. A little kiss to the behind of High Life, and Dinobot Slag stops dead in the track. High Life moves up to the front. The last remaining car for Splatter Family, Zoom and Zach attempts a takedown, wants to make some trouble here and can't do it. Dinobot Slag makes the recovery, and High Life doesn't even look fazed by that hit. But Zoom and Zach now has the ramp set up. Tax Dodge takes it first, and what a recovery, just a perfect landing after a roll. Rolling Gold really showing off the golden roll. TMN Turtle Shell next to take the leap and does it with flying colors. Slams flat into the crates, drives down and looks back at Zoom and Zach, hits a 6 on the way over, and just kind of stares at Zoom and Zach as if to say, you're the last car on the Splatter Family, buddy. Lucky Duck hits the hump, flips over, makes that recovery happen as Lucky Duck usually does. Good job on that one. And that was the final car of round 2. This is a little bit more what I expected. Only 1 elimination in that round. It's tough. It was for Splatter Family. They are going to fall to just 1, but Zoom and Zach is no joke. Rolling Gold steady at 4. Saturday Morning steady at 3. And because it's a slightly shorter episode than usual, we've got an extra special halftime show today. Baby Basketball! Baby Cookie and Baby Petey have gathered a bunch of friends onto the track along with some basketballs, and Airport Rescue is going to show us how this works. You head down the track, you hit the big pile, 2 points for a basket with the ball, and 3 points if you sink a baby. We've got 3 contestants taking part in Baby Basketball: the Galant Eterna, the Ferrari F40, and Forklift. Hitting the court first, literally, it will be Galant Eterna. A great hit by the Galant, and will you look at that? 2 babies and a basketball rebounding off of that left basket. 3 really close calls, but no points for that one. The Galant's gonna make another shot. Bam, babies flying everywhere, and ooh, a little high on the ball and the baby in the middle basket. 1 baby though, very close to going in on that left basket. Still no points for the Galant, and now the F40 is gonna get a chance. Bam, babies flying everywhere. That was a massive hit, maybe a little bit too hard. Couple of close calls, but no baskets. Ferrari F40 knows about hard hits. This thing took part in the head-to-head combat way back when. And it tries again with a mighty effort, an explosion of babies all over the place. Looks like the middle basket, there was a couple close calls with a baby and a ball. And look at how close that left basket. Man, that baby just about went in. But the F40 is also gonna be scoreless. Is anybody gonna get any points in baby basketball? Forklift up now. Forklift spreads them out all over the place, and not even close. Forklift got a baby up to probably a height of 6 or 7 there, but not near the basket at all, despite hitting it backwards, trying to get some good spread. One more try, can Forklift do it? And boom, Forklift nails it, knocks one of the babies straight into the middle basket upside down where it's hanging out. I don't think it's Baby Cookie, but that will count for 3 points. And Forklift is gonna take the win in the very first baby basketball, and quite possibly the very last baby basketball. Good job on Forklift. Pretty impressive sinking that basketball by Airport Rescue in the test run. Great to see these cars in action again. Congrats, Forklift. Now back to the match. Rolling Gold will start us off for round 3 with Cheddarbox. They still have 4 cars remaining, and that is a good sign in this match with only 3 teams. A good slam by Spike, but he has left himself open, and Cheddarbox survived the hit. Only remaining car for Splatter, Zoom and Zach slides into position, blowing the other cars off the track, but they both make magnificent recoveries. High Life, the first vehicle to hit the ramp of Zoom and Zach, and does a great job of making it happen. Hits a height of 6 as he flies over to the crates and tumbles around until making the recovery. Rolling Gold is looking good right now. Dinobot Slag joins the party, flies into the crates, bounces off, and makes a great recovery, rolling over next to his compatriot. Height of 6 on the way to a good recovery. So far, that ramp proving ineffective against these agile vehicles. Tax Dodge takes the leap, and what a bouncing recovery. The van lands on top, bounces a couple of times, and then just rights itself, twisting and turning and making it happen. Turtle Shell leaps into the sky, takes that jump as high as it can make it, and then flips over a bunch of times and makes the recovery. Hits a height of 7 before it lands, catapulting all over the place, lands over by the Junkyard Joust fans, manages to avoid them, though that was a pretty close call. That's why you don't want to park there. Lucky Duck takes the ramp, and maybe not a super lucky landing right there, landing a little bit face forward, but that is still going to be a recovery, and that was the final car of this round. The ramp could not take any cars out, and we are going to increased speed. Still a lot of cars left too, but we kind of knew this was going to happen. Cheddarbox will start us off again in round 4 for increased speed. Spike heading down first for Saturday morning and knocks Cheddarbox off the track rather dramatically, but Cheddarbox rolls over and makes the recovery happen. Another successful survive. Zoom and Zach got some work to do to get back in this match, and does it to some extent right here with Spike. Spike gets thrown into the air up to a height of 6 and then cannot make that landing happen, bouncing again off of Zach and then gets caught up next to the crates. Let's see if Spike stays like that though. It looks like the ramp is still set up despite the fact that Zach is on top of the safety barrier. Boom! A huge hit from High Life, bouncing off the crates and making the recovery. And did I just witness the takedown of Zoom and Zach? That is close right there. Wow. That looks like right now it's beyond 45. Spike also eliminated on that hit, as Dinobot Slag drives straight into the safety barrier and then ends up almost down at the end. Zoom and Zach is starting to settle a little bit. Is it beyond 45 still? That is the question. A little bouncing back and forth between Tax Dodge and Dinobot Slag, but nobody's eliminated, still locked in. TM and Turtle Shell tightens things up a little bit. Zoom and Zach has not fallen any farther to the left as far as I can see. And Lucky Duck settles into the line. No eliminations there. And now the moment of truth. We're gonna have to take a measurement on Zoom and Zach. And it looks like this measurement is so close that the Evil Weevils are gonna rely on new technology to figure out what angle Zoom and Zach is at. Too hard to tell with the regular measurement tool, and there it is, 47 degrees. So Zoom and Zach will be counted out by a mere 2 degrees over the 45 degree mark. Zoom and Zach is done, and so is the Splatter family. Nobody saw this coming. Splatter family, a heavy favorite for this match, and they are done. Saturday Morning also loses one. We're heading into round 5 with Rolling Gold looking gold. Dinobot Slag slots in, looking to try to get some eliminations. Rolling Gold have 4 cars. Saturday Morning needs to get to work now. And that is going to be the opposite of what Saturday Morning wants to happen right there. A recovery for Rolling Gold after the high life hit, and no recovery for Dinobot Slag. Rolling Gold is dominating this match. TMN Turtle Shell bounces off the heavy high life bus and almost escapes the track to freedom. That car has to stay alive for Saturday Morning to get out of this round. Cheddarbox with the spinning, catapulting hit of TMN Turtle Shell. It slides all the way up to the crates but stays level the whole way. And now we've just got Lucky Duck to finish off the round. And some gentle tapping by Lucky Duck. Just making sure there's no friendly fire. And there's just going to be one elimination in the round. It is Saturday Morning. They are down to 1. Rolling Gold still at 4 in a very surprisingly lopsided match. We will head into round 6. The speeds are still increased. Tax Dodge starting out for Rolling Gold. Tax Dodge is in position. TMN Turtle Shell nails the back of the van, cannot do any damage, and just gets ready for a hit that it has to survive in order to keep Saturday Morning in the match. Rolling Gold using High Life to get a big hit, and it works. TMN Turtle Shell is tossed over and out. A perfectly placed hit, just enough impetus to keep TMN Turtle Shell from going back over again. I think we may have just witnessed the end of this wildcard match. An absolutely devastating and dominating performance from Rolling Gold here. And a surprisingly lackluster performance from Splatter family. They just seemed to give up early in the match. Saturday Morning hung on as long as they could, but 4 against 1, just not really fair. And that is gonna do it. 6 rounds into this wild card, and it's over. Rolling Gold with only 1 elimination. Obviously, the points are all going to Rolling Gold. Splatter family out in 4 rounds. That is not something I ever thought I would see. Good job to Splatter family and to Saturday Morning getting this far along. Rolling Gold will be the 10th finalist. They will join these 9 other teams who all managed to carve their way to this point through 60 other teams. And the extra long finals episode will be coming out in 2 weeks. Get ready for that, folks. It is gonna be pandemonium. Coming up next Sunday, we've got a special triple takedown compilation as we wait for the finals episode to be cut together, all into one big episode. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on The Joust.